Join my 30K trading challenge, how I use the buy right strategy to maximize portfolio growth by trading with Ashley. Right, well, let's take a look at this. In general, I think that the buy right strategy that she pushes is one of the dumbest strategies that you could possibly use, primarily because you're buying shares and then you're capping your upside, and your maximum profit is going to be the difference between the current market price and the covered call strike that you sold and the premium that you collected. But you also have a tremendous amount of downside. And you can see this in the video where she was down over $300,000 on an MSTR trade, where she basically bought MSTR at the top. And then when you combine that with the 2,000 shares that she had, MSTR fell from about 440 to I think below 300. And I was told that she deleted that video. Also, she claims to have made a trade on Tesla, which I'm about 99.9% sure she lied about. She said that she sold it when Tesla was trading over 400, which again, I'm almost positive she lied about. But let's see what Ashley has to say.
Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a great weekend.
Oh, hi, Ashley.
Ashley show.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to thank all of those that attended my Buy Right webinar last night.
Let's fast forward through this because I bet you'll be pushing her community and acting like it's the best thing since sliced bread.
6 weeks using this unique trading style, $30,000 challenge, then I will go ahead and look at using those trade setups that you're personally finding for the larger account trading that we do. So we are truly a community. We're all rowing the same way.
The issue is that, in my opinion, she's submitting false trades. So when she's saying that she's doing this challenge, I don't believe that the results that she's actually showing are truly legitimate. But that's just my opinion.
The last challenge was such a success.
Oh, yeah.
We had the $25,000 challenge, and the challenge was how far could we get in premium and growth?
Plus, even if it wasn't a success, she probably wouldn't tell you that.
25,000 like we did, and done every 7 weeks for a full year, that would turn into a $100,000 account. Now, if you are able to trade this way on a regular basis.
So let's see, average return on capital, total profit. Does she actually show her trading statements? Because all of these numbers are self-reported, and really the only thing that matters is the growth in your net liquidation value. Is that average monthly return of 39% the return on the total amount of capital that's in the account? I definitely don't believe so. If you're able to make close to 40% a month, you would soon be the richest person in the world in probably 5 years or so. So these numbers are, in my opinion, very misleading, especially because I showed you in a prior video using the same example that she used, how this strategy, the buy right, she ended up losing a tremendous amount of money, and how it's basically all risk because you're trading the upside potential by selling cover calls, and all you're left with is the downside. It's very risky.
You can take 25,000 like we did, and even if you don't join my community, you are able.
And there she is. She's always pushing the community because, of course, that's how she makes her money, which is fine. Look, I'm completely okay with people selling things. The reason why I make these videos about Ashley is that I think that her trading strategy is really bad, and I don't believe that she's a profitable trader.
Stock is in a bullish mode. How do we know that? I like to look at the RSI. It stands for Relative Strength Index. Now, typically, because these are shorter reason, I really look for stocks that are about at the middle of the band to about a 4, because I got premium when I sold that call, and I'm also enjoying stock appreciation. But the best part is I'm getting my hands back on those funds so that come Monday morning, I can actually use all that appreciation in those same funds for new trades. And trust me, there is always a new trade setup waiting for you.
It's weird how she talks to her audience like they're 3 years old. Let's actually get to the example that she uses.
For the buy right strategy. Out of that so far.
And really, did she delete her prior video on MSTR where she lost a lot of money using the exact same strategy that she's showing here? A few people have told me that she deleted that video. I think that was actually her first live trading video, and she ended up making a negligent trade that lost a lot of money. And here she is pushing the same strategy again.
Stock, and it tanked the stock and again. Now, the the way that I trade this, I try to minimize that. But because remember, I am trying to shorten the time between purchasing the stocks and then actually having the stocks called away. The other thing is, because I'm actually looking for the call away, I can be more aggressive on my deltas. Now, most of you know from
The thing is that selling covered calls underperforms the market. Every single covered call ETF underperforms the market. Every single wheel ETF underperforms the market in the long term. If you sell a put option and you're assigned below the current market price and you actually want to own that stock, the best thing you can possibly do is probably to simply hold on to it and not sell covered calls against the underlying stock.
in my other videos that the delta serves very important. Those higher deltas give me more crest with how, and you can see BRT fits the criteria that I was looking for. We're over 50 on the RSI, and the placement in the Bollinger Band is really nice. Now, we actually bought this stock when it was a little bit lower than it is now. And then I did wait about 24 hours before I actually sold the call because it was just nice the opportunity. So I'm going to take you into the exact trade. I'm going to show you the math on how this works.
So here's the trade that she's claiming she made, just like the Tesla trade that she claims she made. So you have to take this with a grain of salt. Well, let's say she bought the shares at 122.87. Then she sold the 125 call, and then she made money, which is the difference between the 122.87 and the 125. Plus, she was able to profit the $248 from selling the covered call. What she's not telling you is that if you look at the history of VRT, I think back in March or April, it was also trading at about 120 to 125. And then after the market collapsed, I think VRT was trading at about $55. So in this situation, assuming that her numbers are correct, you're basically capping your upside and you have tremendous downside risk. You can see the video that I made on Ashley where she made a similar trade on MSTR and it ended up blowing up in her face. This type of trade, which is probably going to dramatically underperform you simply holding the stock and doing nothing. So this type of trade might work out 8 or 9 out of 10 times, even though by selling the cover call, you're probably going to end up dramatically underperforming simply holding on to the shares. But what she's not showing you is what happened to her on MSTR. And by using this strategy, you're basically capping your upside and you're assuming a tremendous amount of downside risk.
In the middle part of the upper part of the Bollinger Band. Well, I'm glad that we waited because those SoFi shares at $18.50, which that took $1,850. We sold the $20.
Same thing with SoFi. You're better off simply holding on to the shares and buying and holding. In my opinion, this is a horrible strategy. And yes, it might look good for beginners, especially when they're showing you numbers like 522%, which in my opinion is extremely misleading. But like I said, I don't believe that Ashley is a profitable trader, and that's probably one of the main reasons why she pushes everyone into her community, because I believe that's where she makes her money. It's very hard to be profitable when you make negligent trades. And also in other videos, I showed you where she made mistakes and she was unaware about basic option trading terminology. So I don't believe that she's an experienced trader. And in my opinion, I also don't believe that she's a profitable trader. And this strategy is not something that I believe has a good risk-reward ratio, or I think you're taking way too much risk for a small amount of reward. So this is the end of the video where she's probably going to tell you, oh my God, guys, are you so excited? Are you happy that I showed you this strategy? Well, join my community, because with Trading with Ashley, there are no traders left behind.
That last week became a millionaire. So we are
Oh,
celebrating
yeah.
3 new millionaires in the community just this last
Oh,
couple
wow.
of weeks. And that's exciting because
But this is how it works. See, y'all join my community and then you pay me and then I build a really nice house and then I talk to you like you're 3 years old, and then if you end up losing money, then I just forget about the trade and act like it never happened before. In reality, I don't know if she just forgets about the trade and acts like it doesn't happen. But like I said, I don't believe that she's a profitable trader. And if that's true, then that means that she's making almost all her money from selling access to her community. And that's about it. So if you have any questions, then leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts about the buy right strategy, and watch the video that's popping up on your screen right now because YouTube believes that you would enjoy it the most.